moving kind of like jello in there, and it's called coup contra coup, so bounces.
This is VOA Tech.
Sibo and Mo at breakfast from 6 to 10 a.m. on the nation's favorite radio station, playing the best hip-hop, urban, Afro, and R&B on 99 FM.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Good evening, welcome to News on One. Here are the top stories. City of Windhoek urged to find solution regarding CEO appointment. NABTA's training initiative to combat negligent driving. Public urge to help identify body. NASA wants non-tuition fees released monthly for students. Livestock owners urged to brand cattle, and Business on One, Comments Corner, sports, and the weather. Political analyst Ndumba Kamwanya said it is unacceptable for the City of Windhoek to have an acting chief executive officer for an extended period of time. Kamwanya said, as a result, residents have witnessed infights within the municipal council. He advised that a solution should be found as soon as possible.
Kamwanya also advised the municipal council not to politicize the CEO recruitment process as it will cause a delay. The local political analyst comments comes after the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Uthoni, rejected the appointment of Conrad Lutombi as the City of Windhoek CEO this week until the corruption allegations surrounding his recruitment process are explained.
Not politicizing the process. What we have been witnessing, especially among the council members, that they have politicized the process based on their own interests, personal interests, but also political interests. So when you have that politicization of the recruitment, it is going to delay the process because we are going to see the squabbling of the back and forth squabbling.
Kamwanya stated further delays means the city will not have a CEO anytime soon. Services will be affected and the recruitment process will be questioned.
That delay, of course, will be there. And two, there's a possibility that Lutumbi could, take the council or whoever to the court because he was promised that he is the right candidate, so that also could lead in a delay. And there's also the aspect that that delay will mean that we will not have a CEO. We remember that we have been having only acting CEOs, I think, since 2020, and that is not good for service delivery to the residents of Windhoek. So it has very serious implications in terms of service delivery, in terms of legalities of the process, and in terms of fairness, and just.
However, Kamwanya agreed that the minister's request to be furnished with investigation report is valid because the minister wants to understand the decision on which the municipal council recommended Lutombi.
I think it is relevant, it is valid, it is important for the minister to ensure that he understands on what basis where the decisions arrived at to recommend the particular candidate, especially the reality that the process has been mired into controversies and irregularities. And also, from what we are reading, that the mayor sent a letter to the minister and saying that they are investigating. So what are you investigating if you have already made a decision? Because their decision that they're supposed to make is supposed to be based on the finding of that investigation. So yes, the minister, I think, 100% right to demand that he should have access to that investigation to make sure that he is not making a final decision on something that will be contradicted by the investigation.
News on One attempts to get comments from CD, current acting CEO and the chairperson of the management committee has proved futile. The mayor of Windhoek's cell phone was unreachable as well.
Welcome to the Living Room Stadium. It's the FIFA World Cup. The match is about to start. Food and drink ready. There's no space left for anyone. Come on, get your lucky chair. Take your usual spot. Even the puppy has one. It's preparation time. You can feel the tension in the air. And do you have everything you need to believe?
There are data deals. And then there are Telecom Namibia data deals. And if you want the biggest data deal of all, you gotta get 31-day Jiva, which comes with a massive 50 gigs of data. Is it even possible to use 50 gigs of data in a month? You tell us. You also get 1,000 voice minutes and 400 SMSs. To get your hands on 31-day Jiva, dial star 130 star 780 hash and enjoy a month of mega data. Whoa, that's a lot of data, minutes and SMS. How much is that? Must be expensive. No, it's only 185 Namibian dollars excluding VAT. T's and C's apply. Telecom Namibia.
Sharing your world.
After witnessing a high number of motor vehicle accidents caused by negligent driving, the Namibia Bus and Taxi Association is offering free training to public transport operators, which covers defensive driving skills, first aid and customer care training. The two-day training initiative for taxi drivers and long-distance bus operators started in September and is expected to conclude on 3rd December 2022.
NABTA's Secretary General Pendapala Nakathingo stated that the introduction of the training will solve the long-standing issue of operators manhandling passengers and enhance customer service. According to Nakathingo, the training is the result of seeing a lot of collisions brought on by negligent and inexperienced driving.
What brought the idea is that, over the years, we have been observing the situation whereby accidents are happening on the road, people are losing their lives, and most of the time, accident caused by negligence or by inexperience, and sometimes accident is an accident, as they call it. But as NABTA, we have got responsibility to protect lives of the Namibian people, and also to make sure that the accident or road safety become our priority. So this is the reason why NABTA has introduced this defensive driving training, and also at the same time to give first aid training, basic first aid training.
He further explained the importance of the training to taxi drivers and the general public.
It is very important because, our drivers in a country, bus and taxi drivers, many people, they have narrated them or degraded them, that they are not important. But the true fact is that bus and taxi driver are one of the most important people in the country, because they are the one taking care of lives of the Namibian people in terms of moving, passengers from point A to point B. And also, we find it necessary that once we train the bus and taxi drivers, we protect the Namibian society.
Taxi and bus drivers are urged to attend the ongoing training as it will assist in the reduction of road accidents during the upcoming holiday season.
The Namibian police is appealing for public assistance in locating the relatives of the late Stoffel Isaacs, a 45-year-old man who died last month after he was hit by a car along Nelson Mandela Road in Windhoek's Klein Windhoek suburb. Isaac's body was admitted to the police forensic pathology division for an autopsy, but to date, no family members has visited or contacted the police to claim the body for burial. Isaacs is amongst 38 unclaimed bodies at the Windhoek Police mortuary.
According to Nampol's Coma spokesperson, Sila Shipandeni, the deceased was identified through fingerprints at the Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration, with information obtained indicating that the mother is Sophia Isaacs and the father is Levi Avosep, who are residents of Okanja.
And we do have a specific body of a certain individual. The name is Stoffel Isaacs. Stoffel Isaacs, we are actually appealing and looking for the family or relatives of this particular Stoffel Isaacs. The body of Stoffel Isaacs is not identified yet by the relatives. Therefore, we are appealing to the public, whoever knows the relative of this particular Stoffel Isaacs, to come forth and then at least identify this particular person. So Stoffel Isaacs' ID number is 77 111 910192. That is 77 111 910192. So Stoffel Isaacs' relatives are information that we have, that we went as far as now going to get this information from the Home Affairs based on the identification of this particular Stoffel Isaacs, is that the mother is Sophia Isaacs. Sophia Isaacs, and the father is Levi Avosep. Levi Avosep, they are residents of Okahanja, according to the information that we have. And the postal address that we retrieve is a PO Box 7, Swakopmund. So if anybody knows that they are the owner of that particular PO Box, that is the information that we get on the system as far as our investigation to establish the relative of this particular body of this Stoffel Isaacs are concerned. Now, we are appealing because according to the information that we have is that Stoffel Isaacs, the body of Stoffel Isaacs, he was bumped, and he's in our mortuary for quite some time now. Therefore, we just want, at least he's one of those ones that at least we managed to establish the relative.
Chipandeni also urged members of the public to always check up on their loved ones to avoid the issue of unclaimed bodies piling up at the mortuary.
The reason why we're having most of these unclaimed bodies is because people end up finding themselves in a situation where they do not have identification documents on themselves. And then it comes to the point of they are not known where they are by their relative or even close friends. So it's people that move randomly from places to places. So my advice to the public is that, as much as I am always appealing to people that we must check up on our people, more especially those ones that we have been a long time without communicating, and we are always in communication. And there comes a time that you are not communicating in a while. So please, we must have that at least tendency or interest to always check up on our loved ones. Let it be a friend or a relative.
Family members of the deceased or any person who knows the whereabouts of the deceased family can contact the Chief Inspector Shatipamba at 081 311 4842.
The National African Students Association wants the loans awarded by the Namibia Students Financial Assistance Fund to be converted into grants, and the students' non-tuition fees should be remitted as a monthly allowance. These were among some of the resolutions from the recent NASA Congress held in Kavango East.
The association's national spokesperson, Iambo Onesmus, explained that Namibia has enough resources to fund every student and that monthly allowance will allow students to cater for their basic needs.
Need to cater for their transport, student needs to cater for their food and accommodation. So it's not making sense to us that you allocate a non-tuition fee almost at the end of the year are we now saying students only have needs at the end of the year? So this is some of the these are some of the resolutions that we have adopted. Another resolution that we have adopted is the so-called NSFAF loans. To say we are demanding that these so-called loans be turned into grants, because it doesn't make sense to us to offer government offering loans to students, because some people are saying no, apparently government is unable to give grants to students because due to economic situations and things like that. But we are very clear to say we for sure know that the resources of this country are able to fund for every student at every institution of higher learning in this country. So government must utilize the resources fairly and make sure that they provide money to NSFAF to fund the students, because it's not making sense to us that there is a single individual that is being allocated or being given fishing quotas that generates millions of dollars, while here there is a government institution, NSFAF, with a responsibility and mandate to fund students being left to collapse, actually, while taxpayers' monies are being allocated to a single person. So these are some of the demands that we are going to approach NSFAF, we are going to approach government and engage them to see that we find an amicable solution.
The association, established in 2019, aims at addressing loopholes in student politics and the country's education system. The association's National Executive Committee members were elected at their first Congress, which took place last month. The association's Deputy Secretary General stated that the committee will be overseeing the affairs of NASA for the next 3 years.
The purpose or the agendas of the Congress was to elect the Revolutionary National Executive Committee, which is the RNEC, which will be overseeing the affairs of the association for the next 3 years. And also the next was to review the policies and also to adapt our constitution. And the next was to also launch the association on a national level. See, and to also train our advocates. You know, we needed to make sure that our advocates are trained, so we contracted the Conscious Mind Institute to train our leaders and to offer them certificates, because we believe that as an association it's better off to have leaders who are educated and understand that which they need to do. And as we understand that leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. And also to take resolutions on issues affecting students. These were some of the issues that were, or things that were addressed during Congress. The Congress comprises of at least 15 executives.
The association in the past has expressed displeasure, amongst others, the delay in completion of the Nkurankuru Vocational Training Center and students' complaints about poor internet connectivity at several institutions of higher learning. The association further launched the Equal Student Funding for All campaign.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Back in the day, Susie's phone used to ring like a hotline. She was the most popular girl in town. But since she did not register her SIM card with her mobile service provider, her phone does not ring anymore. She has tried to get something similar. She has tried this and that number, but it has never been the same. So now, she has a reputation of being a number hoarder, instead of just registering her SIM at her mobile service provider and keeping her number. Excuse me 1 sec. Hello? No, this isn't Susie. Have you tried her other number?
Don't miss out on important communications like Susie. Register your SIM to keep your number. Visit www.cran.na.
According to the chairperson of the Lisilo Kamenga Anti-Stock Theft Association, Vincent Silie, farmers often encounter lost animals in their kraal or surrounding areas and are unable to trace it back to its owner because it's not branded. Silie said at one instance, a missing cow remained in a kraal for 8 months as the owner could not be located.
The Anti-Stock Theft Association began encouraging farmers to register and brand animals clearly, as in a tattoo, since ear tags can easily be confiscated. Silie explained that because of the ongoing stock theft issue in the Zambezi region, farmers often assume an animal has been stolen, while at times the animal wanders off and cannot be identified due to a lack of branding.
We are having a serious challenge with farmers who are not branding their cattle. Let me give you this scenario. 2 weeks back, or a week and a half ago, 23 cattle were recovered in Zambia. They are from Namibia here. Only 3 of them were branded. Only 3 of them were branded. Mind you, whenever they steal our cattle, they remove the ear tags. How are we going to convince the Zambian authority that these cattle are mine if only 3 are branded with my brand mark? It means the other 20, they are not mine. How painful it will be that you or I leave my cattle in Zambia simply because I did not brand them, but I can see that really these are my cattle. But what proof do I have that this cattle belongs to me? As I speak now, I have an information that there are cattle that has been seen somewhere at Kaswaziba. 18 of them, none of them is branded. And these cattle have been found there by our police officers. But we don't know who the owner of those cattle are. I don't mean they have been stolen, but they found them unattended, less than a kilometer to the border. So that is how important the stock branding is. Let us take this issue seriously.
Silie continues to explain that in terms of numbers, over 12 animals were found wandering in the area without any branding or ear tags, and these animals sometimes came from as far as Oshana region.
Some farmers are not taking full responsibility of their cattle process to the extent that even if the cattle is stolen, the cattle header will always never tell the truth. He will always tell you that the cattle has been missing from the, while we know that he has been missing the cattle for more than 4 to 5 days. So let us get let us make all means possible that we should always, as I was saying the day before yesterday, that we should be responsible to make sure that we know what's going on at our cattle post, if possible on a daily basis. This one also, it seems to be short to the point, but very serious and very, very, very much important. Let us visit our cattle regularly for those who don't stay there. For us who stay there, let us make sure, let us not just see the cattle passing, coming from the grazing area to the kraal, then you say it's fine, my cattle are fine. No, let's go nearby, let's go in the kraal and check, verify ourselves to be sure that all the cattle are there as we know them.
Silie says most animals are often retraced back to their owners. However, some animals, although branded, get adopted to where they find themselves, as some owners' numbers are never reachable or nobody is familiar with the name traced from the ear tag.
How many slits, Mom? 5.
Yes, it's click season. Discover the magic.
This one's pretty cool.
Oh, your mom's online order.
Happy holidays, guys!
Darling.
Congrats!
It's empty. I can't talk.
Who's first?
With bags of endless gifts, you'll find something special for everyone at Clicks. Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
This Heroes Day, road safety starts with me. I honor our heroes by driving sober. Do the right thing and save lives.
This message was brought to you by the National Road Safety Council.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. The NAMED Medical Aid Fund revamped their look and feel by launching a new brand identity this week. The branding includes a new logo. The fund's principal officer said the new identity will focus on efficiency and symbolize their commitment to providing care and affordable medical aid to their members. The NAMED Medical Aid Fund entered the Namibian market in 1990, but mostly focused on the farming community at that time. It has since grown in membership and now covers most sectors including mining, fishing, financial, construction and tourism. At an event attended by staff members, the executive team and members celebrated the launch of a revamped brand identity that includes a new logo.
It's actually a very festive day because we just revealed our new brand identity and logo to the members and the public in Namibia, as well as our new message to everybody that wants to listen, and that is that NAMED is a very caring medical aid fund, caring for families. You're not just a number, you're a person. We know you by name. Secondly, that we are very simple. We take out all the fuss from applications and claimants and make it so simple as possible, easy to deal with us. And thirdly, we are very knowledgeable. All our staff are up to date with everything and all the workings and the operations in the fund, so it's a one-stop service. You won't be sent from one and then the ball just falls to another one, and frustrate the members. The first person you talk to will solve your problem.
Grobler also highlighted that after 3 decades in business, the launch coincides with a target by the board to revitalize the fund in the next 3 years.
It's an evolutionary process, not revolutionary, and we are very excited about our new brand identity, which will slot in with a new project 2025 that the Board of Trustees introduced to revitalize NAMED by the year 2025 to a totally new medical aid fund who is actually answering the needs of the generation to follow.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
Prevent cramps with Fabifarm's new MVA Cramp Stop. Developed to bring fast and effective relief from cramps in athletes, active people and senior citizens. Manufactured in Namibia, Fabifarm's MVA Cramp Stop contains a carefully selected blend of vitamins and essential minerals to prevent cramps, with a full month supply of capsules. It's Fabifarm's new MVA Cramp Stop, your #1 choice in cramp prevention. Now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
A body of a baby has remained unclaimed at the Windhoek Namibian Police mortuary for over 6 years. The baby suspected to have been dumped is among 38 unclaimed bodies. Commerce Police spokesperson Sila Shipandeni said the 38 unclaimed bodies exceed the mortuary capacity limit of 36. Christian wants to know under what circumstances was the body brought to the mortuary. Philemon said the body should be shown to the public and donated to be used for practical reasons. Ramsey said cremating the body is the solution. Martin asked if DNA tests were done, while Judith suggests that they be buried. And that's all from Comments Corner. Don't forget to engage in our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.